This video is going to be this 1996 Honda Accord. I bought it from the auction for $150. I believe after the auction fees and the internet fees was $175. It's got a bunch of miles on it. I think it's got like 200,000 miles. As you see, the front bumper is pushed in, and it has this the radiator fans is actually on the motor mount. Let me see if I can show it to you at a better angle. So the radiator fan is actually on the motor mount, and so what I got to do is I got to pull this this frame piece right here. Let me go down. The T-frame piece that holds the lights and everything together. See the headlights and the bumper. I got to pull that out, and then when I pull that out, then the radiator and the radiator fan should come back enough so that the hood can shut down. And I want y'all to look at the color of it and look at the fender. I might change this fender, I might not. It's a two-seater. The hood is spray painted, and the seats are messed up. The back seat is in really good condition, but the front seat and this passenger seat has seat covers, and it's a stick shift. So what I'm gonna do with this car, and okay, check out the rims. Good set of tires with these rims. It's a Honda Accord EX because the two-door. Once I pull this out, I'm gonna spray it myself. I'm gonna paint it, and then you already saw the price I had on the window. I got $1,500 on the window, but I'm gonna probably sell it as a racer. So some young kid who wants something to race at the track, and I'm gonna advertise it as a racer. But once I get it fixed and once I get it ready to go, and like I said, what I'm about to do now is I just took off these two screws right here, 1, 2, and it was a little plastic piece that's over here on the ground, and I'm gonna finish taking off this plastic piece right here. But 96 Honda Accord Civic or Honda Accord EX rebuild. I need to replace the bumper, the T-frame, and maybe the two headlights because it looks like the brackets are broken on that. And I don't think I'm gonna replace this fender, but I might replace the fender, and then I'm gonna respray it. I'm gonna paint the whole car. So tell me what you want to see. If you want me to put something else on it, hey, let me know. I'm a one-man shop, a shop of one man, so I can do little things at a time. Of course, I'm still working on the Dodge Charger. I think it's 81,000 miles. It wasn't running when I bought it. I'm gonna show y'all the oil pan. And these are all my parts from cars I've changed fenders on, trunks, bumpers, bumpers, motorcycle parts, a little bit of everything. But this hole right here is the oil pan from this Dodge Charger. And on the bottom of it, the actual oil pan is off because it's right there on the ground. And I'm taking this motor out. I'm taking it out, and you see I had to remove the struts on both. Well, just on. I didn't remove it on this side. I just removed the struts over here because this was an all-wheel drive Charger. So I had to basically the CV joint from the driver's side went all the way over to the transfer case over on the passenger side, and that case is right there. So, and this is the CV joint that came out of it, but this is the transfer case, and the actual the oil pan. All of this connects because the CV joint from the driver's side goes through the oil pan and it goes to the transfer case. So I'm gonna flip the oil pan on the side, and you see that hole is what the CV joint goes through, which is right here. It goes through this so that, and that's the oil gasket, oil pan gasket right there. It goes through that to get to the transfer case, which is actually bolted to, I believe this bracket right here, on this particular car. So the reason I'm telling you all this is because when I bought this car, they said it was flood damage. When I put it up on the rack, which you see is still in the rack, I saw the hole in the oil pan. When I saw the hole in the oil pan, I stuck my finger up in there, and it was the rod, the number 4 rod, or the last rod over on the back, or the piston, had threw a rod, because I'm guessing they tried to crank it with the water in it. And if you don't know, you cannot crank a car that was in a flood or had water damage, because if the water gets inside the side of the pistons, water does not compress like gas. Gas compresses, that creates combustion. Combustion moves the engine or powers the engine. Water gets in there. It's kind of like if you fill up a bottle and stick your finger in the top and try to keep pushing it down when there's complete suction. Or, you know, that's a simple way of understanding it. But you got to understand that it'll throw a rod, and because it threw a rod, the rod went through the oil pan, and now I need a new engine. At first I was thinking about replacing this engine with a rear wheel drive engine, but I don't know if the computer can understand that, hey, it's a rear wheel and not an all wheel, because basically I was thinking all I have to do is take out the CV joints out of the front and just run an all-wheel drive engine in it. But then I'm like, okay, well, something in the computer has to trigger to power the transfer case and to power the you know, the CV joint somehow. So I didn't think that was a good idea. So actually I'm looking for an all-wheel drive engine. And I'm talking a lot, but I need an all-wheel drive engine, 5.7. This is a Hemi 5.7, and right now I'm just breaking it all down. I'm taking my time. I'm not in a rush. Like I said, I'm a one-man shop, so I do what I can do. And but once I get the motor out, which should be today, I'll show y'all, because all I gotta do is take off the intake. I've already unloosened the transmission. I have to take off the intake and undo the motor mounts over this side and the motor mounts over that side, and then I can pull the motor out. But in a few minor things like this and the AC compressor and so forth and so on. But other than that, I mean, if I give it 1 8-hour day, all that can be done. And then the motor will be out. So I think that's about it. I'll let you know what I'm doing. And don't forget about the Honda. I'm working on that. Anybody need a race car, let me know. As you know, Ride for Less, 843-609-5039. Ride for Less, you can buy a car from anywhere, but can you ride for less?